Speaking of a guy who was just on the Royals last year, Zack Greinke. Zack Greinke is still pitching. He hasn't retired. I'm actually kind of surprised. I thought that he was going to kind of do a little sunset tour in Kansas City and then just make his way out. That didn't happen. He's still a free agent right now. Still hasn't been signed, but had a 2.6 WAR last year, 3.68 ERA with Kansas City. Not too bad, if you ask me. He still has some room to grow. We're going to talk about a couple players on this on this list. He's one of them. I think he fits, and I'm going to go right at, and I'm not be afraid to say it. I think he fits the Baltimore Orioles. What we saw last year with Jordan Lyles, where we had a veteran pitcher eat innings and be there while those younger pitchers were getting it ready to go. Unfortunately, guys like Grayson Rodriguez, DL Hall got injured, and they weren't ready to go until later in the season. But Jordan Lyles picked up a lot of those innings and ate them. Zack Greinke seems like he can do the same thing. What we saw over his whole career. I mean, when you look at his career, it's just loaded, right? He had 137 innings last year in his year 38 season. I mean, he's going to be 39 years old. He is 39 right now. He'll be 39 all year. You're telling me that he can't get another 120 innings? I think he can, and that'd be perfect for an Orioles squad who's trying to push for the playoffs.
Yeah, up until today, really, I thought he was going back to Kansas City, but apparently, like, they had some kind of agreement, but it's not official yet. So maybe another team can sneak in there. I mean, if anything, when a deal's announced, if anything, this offseason, we've learned that doesn't mean anything. It's just ask Carlos Correa, right? So the Orioles would be an interesting fit, and up until I saw that there was some kind of agreement in Kansas City, I thought maybe Baltimore. I really still believe he's probably going back to Kansas City. However, if we kind of remove that as an option, I think Baltimore is a great spot for him. Veteran leadership on a young team. And again, he's serviceable, right? This isn't just at least if he signs with a team like Baltimore, this isn't like one of those favor kind of contracts, right? Where, he's an icon here, and if he's serviceable, let's just pay him, and, it'll keep butts in the seats kind of thing. So, but if he signs with a team like Baltimore, they owe him no such kind of loyalty, right? So then you're paying, just for the baseball value that this guy brings, and it's still there. I mean, at age 39, there are far worse pitchers across baseball that are running out there every fifth day. And so you could do a lot worse than Zack Greinke at 39 years old.
Yeah, I completely agree. Now, you're not going to see a lot of strikeouts for him in his innings.
No.
I think he was, like half a strikeout per inning, which is not great. But he found a way to keep his ERA still pretty low with a young squad behind him. You find a way to put that with Baltimore, who has a pretty solid defensive infield. Probably not a bad deal. I wouldn't be surprised to see around a 3.6 ERA again for Zack Greinke if he went there. But as you mentioned, he might still stay with the Kansas City Royals. Wouldn't mind that whatsoever as well, because he had a great season in 2022.